But Kentucky Senator Rand Paul is walking away from this current proposal, at least, and he could be the one vote standing in the way of Obamacare repeal if it goes down that way. And he joins me now. Senator, good to see you. Welcome to the story. So why, it looks like McCain is thinking about it. Collins and Murkowski have said that they have concerns, but they're looking at it, which tells me that they're not a no yet. But you're still dug in on this.
You know, as a doctor, I don't think there's anybody in America who probably hates Obamacare and thinks it's a disaster for us more than I do. But this isn't repeal. You heard it in the clip from Senator Graham. This keeps the Obamacare spending, keeps well over 90% of the spending and the taxes. And then what it does is it reshuffles the money and it takes it from Democrat states and gives it to Republican states. I think it's going to end up looking, once people look at this bill, like a petty partisan bill that doesn't really fix the problem, because really what we're doing is, or what they want to do, is reshuffle the money, redistribute it from Republican to Democrat states, but basically keep all of the Obamacare money and taxes in place. That's not repeal in my book.
You know, we just had Governor Huckabee on, and I was talking to him in the break. He said, I think you could get all the Republican governors, to back this plan. He said you could probably get some of the Democrats as well. He said what they want is to have more control over this funding and this money. And if there are discrepancies between states, he said those can be worked out along the way. But this is better than nothing.
It's about two things. It's control of the money, but it's also about money. Those of us who objected to Obamacare, we objected to $1 trillion in taxes and $1 trillion in spending. But you're going to be stuck
with that forever if something doesn't
I know,
get
but
passed.
this bill immortalizes that. I can't be in favor of keeping the Obamacare spending and just redistributing it to different states. That's not repeal. This is Obamacare Lite at its worst, and it doesn't repeal. It's not going to help the country.
You said earlier today that you're concerned because you were happy that the last bill went down, and you didn't really get blamed for it too much. John McCain took all the sort of heat for voting against it. But
there were two repeal bills, and I voted for both repeal bills. I did not vote for the insurance bailout bill. The only thing this bill has that's an advantage over the insurance bailout bill is this one doesn't have the insurance bailouts, but it still continues the Obamacare taxes, continues the Obamacare spending, and really just redistributes it, takes it from Democrat states and gives it to Republican states. This does not fix the problem, and I cannot be in favor of $1 trillion spending program.
Well, I mean, no one can say that you didn't stand for that principle. You've said it all along, and I think a lot of people listen to your plan and understand the problems that you have with it. I spoke to some doctors last week, though, who said, basically, I'm going to close up shop. If they can't pass something and get us moving in a direction away from this, then they say they cannot stay in business.
I would say there is other good news. I spoke with the president this afternoon, and we talked about something I've been working on for 6 months. This is called healthcare associations, where individuals could join across state lines to form groups or associations to get leverage on cheaper prices. I'll give you an example. The National Restaurant Association, there are 2 million fast food restaurants, 15 million workers. Many of them don't have insurance. Under my plan, which costs $0 federal dollars, we would allow them to come together as a group and buy insurance all together in one group. They would get the leverage of lower prices. They'd be protected against pre-existing conditions. The president's going to do it next week or the week after. It's coming very soon.
12 days
and I've been working
ticking.
very hard on that, and I think that's part of the fix. And it wouldn't be $1 trillion federal program like the Graham-Cassidy disaster.
Understood. We'll keep a close eye on it. Senator Rand Paul, always good to have you here. Thank you very much, sir. You bet. So breaking tonight, new details inside the raid at dawn on Paul Manafort's home. A live report coming up from Washington. Ed Henry will join me in a minute with the breaking details on that. And two top lawyers for President Trump overheard talking shop at a D.C. restaurant. We're going to tell you why the White House wants these guys to eat at their desk from now on. Governor Chris Christie weighs in and tells us what he thinks about all of that right after this.